Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We are traveling all over Uganda to find hardworking farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need
to make their farms more productive and adapt to climate change.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice and turn their farms around into a profitable business,
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experience
on the Shamba Shape Up
Uganda!
Go ahead.
Rob,
yes?
Is everything okay?
Yes, why?
Because you're carrying a hammer.
Oh, no. We're meeting a farmer who planted a tree with one of the hardest seeds to break open.
And why would you want to break a seed open?
Breaking them is tough, but it is what is inside that is valuable.
Valuable?
Yes.
So you mean I should have gotten a hammer myself?
Today, we are in Kangabwa Village in Kyotera District, and we're meeting Kasiita Fred, a 39-year-old farmer. We want to see what he has on his 10-acre farm.
On the farm, he grows coffee, tomatoes, maize, beans, horticulture, and he has an apiary.
But that's not all. He has a new project of 150 macadamia trees on his farm. Macadamia in Uganda? I wonder where he got this idea from. What challenges do you have on the farm?
Challenge number one is the climate change. Okay. It's unpredictable to us as farmers here. Okay. Yes. Secondly, we have pests and diseases when it comes to coffee. Another challenge that is now hitting me hard is about the soil fertility. We are applying fertilizers, but not knowing which type of fertilizers are we supposed to apply.
Fred,
yes.
You don't have to worry because we don't come alone.
Okay.
We come with experts that are going to give you all the help and knowledge you need to do better in your farming.
Wow, thank you.
Let's go and get them, then we'll come back.
Thank you. I'm a farmer. I do love farming, given to my background right from childhood, where my father, my mother were farmers. So that DNA, of course, did not spare me.
Many farmers may think that making changes on their farms is expensive, but that's not the case. Let's start with a low cost-effective, simple step.
Fred, like many farmers, has never done a soil test. He thinks that it is very expensive and takes a long time to get the results. To answer these questions, we have invited Kyotera Fred from Jaba.
A soil test is when you analyze the soil sample to determine the nutrients, then determine other parameters like acidity, and see what is missing and what is there in the soil.
How do you collect a sample?
We have several methods we use to collect samples. One of which is the zigzag method. It must be in a Z form. We collect a number of sub-samples, but keeping a distance from the other. We mix them. Then from that mixture, we collect one composite sample, then take it to our lab for analysis.
So you already collected a sample from this?
Yeah, already collected samples. You can have a copy.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Okay.
Yes. And for coffee, we normally recommend test for the pH, which is the acidity or alkalinity of the soil. And then test for the nitrogen, which is for the vegetative growth of the plant. And then the phosphorus, which is for the root development. So those are the major nutrients that the coffee requires.
Okay.
So from our results, our pH was optimum. Our nitrogen was low, our phosphorus was very low, our potassium was also low. So all the three elements are low. If I can show you from our plant here, the deficiencies I've talked about. For nitrogen, you can see now the yellowing of the leaves. For the potassium, I think you can see when the berries are small, they're ripening, that when they're still young, then they're getting some patches. Even there's leaf abortion, you can see the flowers, some are coming out and falling down. Then there's a lack of potassium in the soil.
How much does it cost for someone to carry out a soil test on his or her farm?
Yeah, the cost is only 50,000 shillings. Ghana shillings, 50,000.
Wow.
It's very less.
Josh,
yes, please.
Can this be corrected?
Yes, this can be corrected. First of all, by applying what was missing in the soil.
Yes.
From our analysis, we have recommended the fertilizer for this plant that has all the three elements, the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. It acts as NPK 1717, but in our application, we apply the fertilizer where the canopy of the tree stops, like about 1.7 feet. This is where the roots feed from. So we dig a shallow rills of 20 centimeters depth. Then we apply our fertilizer and need 250 grams. So we always advise you cover after application. Then when it's in a dry spell, normally also it's advisable to mulch.
How often should I apply fertilizers to my coffee trees?
So supposed to apply it in 2 splits. At the beginning of the season, then you wait for like 3 or 4 months, then you apply again.
It is often recommended to apply fertilizer at the beginning of the rain season. And while applying the mulch, it is important not to put it close to the plant. This prevents pests and diseases from easily attacking the plant.
Having given an opportunity through the Shamba Shape-Up team to do the soil testing, it has erased all the lies I've heard about soil testing before. It is expensive, it takes very many years, to get the results. But I got shocked how quick it was. When the expert came to my farm and it's like, it is 50,000 to have this done on your farm. So it has been a myth that had covered my eyes for all that long.
Let me introduce you to the king of nuts. This nut is made up of 80% fat, has the hardest shell to crack, and is one of the most valuable nuts on the international market. Macadamia is a nut, and Fred has planted 150 trees. Macadamia farming is relatively new to Uganda, and so many farmers don't know about them. Fred says he did his research before planting, but we want to find out more. So we have invited an expert, Mr. Steve Kasajja from Celebrate Hope Ministries, to teach us about the wonder tree and all its benefits. So are there any nuts that we can crack?
Let's go and see.
Let's, Stephen,
Oh, yes.
have you collected the nuts?
Not yet.
Not yet?
They are still, yeah.
So what is macadamia?
Macadamia is a nut tree. It is widely grown in Australia, but Kenya is the most grown of macadamia in East Africa.
Oh.
But in Uganda, we are just starting to adopt it.
Stephen,
Yes.
is it one type of macadamia or are they different varieties? Are there other varieties?
Yeah, there are very many varieties, but in Uganda, according to our soils and the weather conditions, Mulanga Trent does the best. At 4 years, you start getting 20 kilograms per tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And at 8 to 10 years, you can harvest over 100 kilograms from one tree.
Fred, what challenges have you faced so far with the macadamia?
One, we have the white ants.
Okay.
That normally they come from the soils, then they move
Along the tree.
the tree.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that has been one of the biggest challenge. Another challenge is about the wind. Wind blowing the tree.
Okay.
If you've not supported it well,
Okay,
the wind
okay.
will, of course, keep on bending it.
Oh,
Yes. So unfortunately, it can even break at some point. Yes.
So to help Fred, one, with the climbing ants, you can get ash.
Okay.
Then you power around the tree. It prevents them from climbing.
Oh, okay.
Let us use ash for the meantime. And this stand is a very good one. When it goes up, he needs to fix another.
Another one. Oh.
Yes.
At every stage.
At every stage, you put a stand.
Okay.
Apart from the nuts, which other products do come out of this macadamia tree?
Now we are facing a challenge of climate change.
Yes.
And it is because we are carrying out deforestation. So if we plant this macadamia, we are preserving or conserving our environment. That is number one advantage of planting macadamia. And this tree is actually leguminous. It fixes nitrogen in the soil.
Okay.
Then from the macadamia, the husk can also be used as fuel.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use it for cooking.
And then the fruit. What about the nut itself?
One, you can roast it and eat it.
Okay.
It is highly nutritious. It has a high market value Actually, macadamia is the most highly expensive nut on the world market now.
Tell us, how would you plant macadamia?
A seedling can be grafted.
Okay.
You can come and see. It was grafted from here. So we plant grafted ones.
Okay.
When you're going to plant one, first mind about the spacing. If you are going to plant this macadamia as a monocrop, monocrop I mean you're going to plant only macadamia. We are recommending 7.5 meters by 7.5 meters from each plant. So if you are like Fred, intercropping the macadamia in coffee, we are recommending 15 meters by 15 meters from each plant.
Can you show us how we can plant this macadamia?
We are digging a hole of 2 feet by 2 feet, wide 2, deep 2 feet.
Okay.
So the first 1 feet, we put that topsoil one side. And the next feet, we put that soil the other side. Because when we are planting, we are putting back the topsoil.
Yes, yes.
Because that one is more nutritious than the other one.
Okay.
So we mix manure. We recommend 1 basin of manure. But that manure must be decomposed.
Yes.
Then mix thoroughly, get your seedling, plant in the middle of the hole, in the middle. After you have planted, get a watering can, add 3 liters of water twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a week. We recommend planting in the rainy season.
If you want to succeed as a farmer, don't put all your focus on one crop or one enterprise. I'm doing piggery, I'm doing goat rearing, there's green pepper that I'm doing on my farm, the beans, the climbing beans. These are seasonal crops. 3 months I'm earning money so that I can get and hit the actual time for my macadamia to give me money. So I'm not focusing on it. I have other enterprises that brings in income for me to sustain me and my family.
Sadly, I didn't get to use my hammer. The macadamia tree needs water at planting, and it takes about 4 to 5 years to bear fruit. So for those farmers interested in planting macadamia, it is important to have a farm plan in place.
Oh, Frog,
Yes.
you're back.
Yes.
Would you like some coffee?
Thank you. What I've been through.
I can imagine. So we have these cookies, but I'm thinking it would have been nice if we had macadamia.
I have to wait 4 to 5 years. You're talking about macadamia again?
4 to 5 years?
Yes.
Wait a second. So where is the hammer now?
I know what is the use of the hammer. I gave it back to the... I wish it burns you. It's okay. Welcome back.
To Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We are in Kangabwa Village visiting Kasiita Fred. We have seen how to do a soil test and apply fertilizer in our coffee plantation. We have also gotten introduced to the macadamia tree and how best to look after it to get the best harvest.
Frog,
Yes.
I'll go back to coffee since coffee, you know.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
As for you, I'll see you later.
The rich also cry. I'll find something to do.
Please do. So we applied fertilizer and sorted the problem of fertility, but we still have to deal with this.
What you're looking at is because of a pest called the black coffee twig borer. This pest, if not controlled, can lead to over 50% yield loss. Fred also has seen signs of coffee bacterial wilt, a disease in coffee that is very tough to treat. We have brought an expert, Mr. Ivan Sekanjako, to teach us how we can manage these challenges.
Okay.
Hello, Ivan.
Yes.
Tell me you have good news for Fred.
Not really. This plant we are standing at is infected. It has what we call coffee wilt disease. In this case, what we are looking at, it has killed 1 branch already. So this is one of the major diseases of coffee, especially for Robusta coffee. The same tree also we can see another disease here on the berries. This is called red blister disease. Red blister attacks the berries and it is a fungal disease, and this fungus progresses slowly also. So this at harvest you will have nothing. You can't harvest this and you can't sell it. So this disease also has to be controlled. Also he has another problem of black coffee twig borer. So those are the three major issues in his coffee garden and he has to deal with them.
Yes, now Ivan, what now could be the solutions to so far the problems you've shared with me?
Some of these diseases there is a control, others there is no control, especially the coffee wilt disease, there is no chemical control. But what you need to do is to uproot this tree and burn it.
Okay.
After uprooting it, you have to disinfect the tools. We use spirit to disinfect.
Okay.
So this control will help you to eradicate most of the diseases you have in your coffee garden. Then you replant with a variety that is resistant to this disease. KR series, KR1 to KR10. You can get these from accredited nurseries having UCDA logo. Then the problem of red blister that you can see on the berries, this one can be controlled by right feeding, the right nutrition for coffee, and that can help you to reduce diseases. In coffee, you need a lot of calcium because calcium is one nutrient that will help the plant to have a strong cell wall. The cell wall will be stronger and that will reduce the rate of infection. The pest that we talked about called twig borer. The control for twig borer, we have culture methods, the things that you do in your garden that can reduce infection from this twig borer. You have to prune out the dead twigs using a secateur and you burn them. You can do the suckering, removing these suckers so that light can penetrate. This chases away the pest. You can also introduce a trap. This trap involves you getting an empty water bottle. You cut some kind of windows on the sides, and then inside the bottle you put a smaller bottle. You can put like 100 mils of ethanol. This ethanol will attract the insects. When they come in, they land in the water down in the bottle and they die. So you put these traps, you put a maximum of 8 traps in an acre. So these can be distributed randomly in the garden and they can help you to reduce the number of insects attacking your trees.
Definitely, I've registered the decline in my yields, in my production, from 3 metric tons in a year. Now I'm going to 2.3. That's a big decline when it comes to a serious farmer who's passionate what he's doing, basically, yes.
Apart from being a hardworking farmer, Fred has a passion of using his farm to turn it into a model farm and teaching the youth. You're welcome, you're welcome. Yes. You're on time, no worries. It is safe. Good.
Today is one of those days. We are lucky to be here when he has one of his trainings. The youth are important in the agricultural sector, and introducing them to climate-smart agriculture like the butterfly water harvester Ali can help them set up better farming practices.
Today, we want to talk about water harvesting. Okay? So I want us to go through this drought management flip chart. What problems are we facing today When talk about the climate change, no rain. That's problem number one. Problem number two, coffee trees have withered. They've lost their leaves due to prolonged droughts, okay?
Yes.
Number three, wells have dried up. People no longer have enough food.
Yes.
The reason being there's not enough rain. Lastly, the food prices have gone high. Reason, farmers can no longer produce enough food to meet the demands. I want us to quickly go through our rainfall patterns in Kyotera District. We have the key months where we have our highest rainfalls, especially in the month of April. And then it drops drastically between June to July. These are dry spells that do affect us as farmers. And then the rain will pick up September, October, then we'll be having another a season of heavy rains.
So what methods or solutions can we use to save water or to keep water during the dry season?
There are many, but one of the most popular one that I personally have been trained in through Celebrate Ministries is the butterfly water harvesting innovation. It's a water pond that collects water during the rain seasons. And then during the dry spells, it will be the water you get from this pond that's going to help you on your farm to do the irrigation.
Are there butterflies involved?
Not really. That's an interesting question. But its shape, the way it collects water, is kind of butterfly shaped. So we can look at this V shaped.
Okay.
Yes. So these are now the roof that collects water that gets into this water pond down here. Okay.
Okay.
Which has the dimensions of 10 feet by 7 feet deep. And then after that, you insert in a pond liner of hard material which is fastened on a dry wood.
Okay.
So the role of the iron sheets is to collect water during those rainy season into the pond. During the dry spells, we collect this water to do the irrigation of our crops and also giving water to our animals.
How many liters can we expect to have, like to pick from that pond if it is like full?
The capacity of this water pond, it is 35,000 liters of water.
So you said there's a water harvesting unit that you set up.
Yes.
Can we go and have a look at it?
Please, we can go and have it, a look at it.
You're the one who showed us.
Okay.
For us, we are new to the building. Okay.
You need to have iron sheets, have nails, you need to have poles, as we can see, a pond liner, and a rope. So those are basically the materials that we need to have this water pond. These are the iron sheets that collects water when it rains. So water is collected underneath, as you can all see. So these are 12 iron sheets that we use.
How do I get this water into my farm?
You can use a jerry can, put a rope, then you get down, you draw your water. So this is how water gets into a water pond. You see how clean the water is? For your animals, for your plants, no drinking. So for young people, the youth like you, when you have such an innovation on your farm, you have a water pond, this is going to help you, one, to do some horticulture, doing some vegetables, doing the crops that we do during off seasons. This will help you to earn money and then you earn a good living.
Hey, wait a second. Did I hear you say something about youth?
Yes. Aggie, you know the youth are the backbone of this country.
That's true, and I love anything to do with youth.
My passion is so much into the youth. Every time I meet a youth, they have land, they have ideas. I want to incubate those ideas. When it comes to farming, farming is profitable. There is money. This is not a dirty job. You decide how much you're going to earn. So it's up to you as a young person to decide how much do you want to earn. So that will be determined by how much you invest in terms of effort and commitment.
But we have to go.
Oh,
Yes.
Mr. Fred.
Yes.
We have to leave and go meet another farmer, but we
All
promise
right.
to come back.
Please.
Yes.
Please, I'll be waiting for you.
Did you like our visit?
It has been superb again.
If you want to learn more or any other topic, please visit us on Shamba.
As for you people watching at home, tune in next time on the next episode of
Shamba Step Up Uganda!